Shalom Aleichem. This is Rabbi Kovacs. Mishnah Yomi is continuing. We're in Chagigah. We just started Chagigah yesterday. Maaser again on Moed Katan. So just like we're moving into, very happy, exciting learning about the temple and the offerings in the temple and the festivals, so too Am Yisrael should move from sadness into happy times. In the first Mishnah Chagigah, we mentioned who is obligated in Re'iyah, in showing up at the temple, and that also refers to the carbon Re'iyah, the Olat Re'iyah, which is a burnt offering, literally, of showing up. We're going to see today there is also an obligation to bring Shalmei Chagigah, which is a shlamim for the festival, which was eaten by the festival attendees and their families. This is all based on the pasuk in Exodus, Shemot, chapter 23, starting in verse 14. It says, Kol Zechorcha, which we talked about yesterday. All of the men need to go up. And we talked about the children, the ages of the children, and you should not appear empty-handed. So there's an appearance, and there's an idea of not being empty-handed, of showing up with karbanot. Which brings us to Mishnah Bet. So we're in chapter 1, Mishnah 2. Bet Shammai Omrim, Bet Shammai holds, HaRe'iyah, the Olat Re'iyah, the showing up offering, Shtei Kesef, has to be worth 2 silver coins, 2 silver maut, Chagigah ma Kesef. And the Shalmei Chagigah, the shlamim, which is eaten, has to be worth at least 1. Beit Hillel Omrim, Beit Hillel disagrees that Re'iyah ma Kesef. The Ola can be worth even 1 coin, Chagigah Shtei Kesef. The Chagigah should be worth 2. The idea being, since some of the parts of the Chagigah are burnt on the altar, on the Mizbeach, some of them go to the Kohanim, and a lot of the meat goes to the owner of the offering and his family or his guests, so it should be a larger animal. Now Mishnah Gimel adds, Olot b'moed baot mina chulin. If you're bringing a carbon ola during Chol Moed, so now it's not the required carbon ola, the olat re'iyah, it's now an optional, voluntary ola, that comes from chulin money. Now the idea here is also, if it's a voluntary ola, that has to wait for Chol Moed. You couldn't bring it on the first day of Yom Tov, but on the first day of Yom Tov, you can bring the olat re'iyah, the ola of appearance, because that's the mitzvah of the day, so it would override the restrictions of Yom Tov. The shlamim min a maaser, but a carbon shlamim, your shlamei chagigah, and other shlamim can come from maaser. Now this we mentioned in Masechet Maaser Sheni, that a Maaser Sheni money is your money to spend in Yerushalayim, in Jerusalem, on food items. So somebody who has a large crop, a large amount of Maaser Sheni, he could redeem that onto money, Sarta Kesef, and then bring the money to Yerushalayim and buy all sorts of food, including meats. And we said it was ideal to use that money to bring a shlamim, because then it's not only just enjoying barbecue, but it's having a part of it go on the Mizbeach, some goes to the Kohanim, and then you also have barbecue with Maaser Sheni and a carbon in Yerushalayim. Now the Mishnah concludes, Yom Tov Harishon Shel Pesach. On the first day of Pesach, as we discussed, there's a Chagigah that's brought on the first day of Pesach. Now we eat an egg with the Zecher Chagigah at our Pesach Seder. It's a remembrance to the Chagigah offering that was eaten along with the carbon Pesach. So that Pesach, that Chagigah, the first day of Pesach, Beit Shammai Omrim min chulin. He says you have to bring that from chulin money, regular, unsacred money, not Maaser Sheni money. Beit Hillel Omrim min a maaser. He says you could also bring it from your Maaser Sheni money. Yashar koach, everyone should be well. We should all have besorah tovot, good news. Zai gesund.